Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Soul Eater Season 3, Episode 7 of my show, which is also about Episode 7. But before I start talking about it, I just want to mention something very quickly. I also want to apologize that I haven't been uploading any videos over the past 2 weeks, if it's been 2 weeks, because I didn't upload one last week because of Hooping on a Long Weekend, and I probably would have uploaded a video last weekend, but I wanted to finish the 30 segment of Power Rangers Time Force. And that's sort of the reason why I didn't upload any videos until today, basically. So, once again, I apologize about that, guys. Now, but before I start talking about it, like I said before, in my previous video, I was thinking about getting the Xbox One. You see, I'm going to get a little bit of personal information here out of the way before I actually start talking about the actual video. I am going to be, I'm hoping to get the Xbox One, and by the Xbox One I mean like the One S version of the Xbox One for Christmas, and I'm hoping to probably get 2 Xbox One exclusive games, Sunset Overdrive and Quantum Break. So, what I'm gonna ask you guys is, when I upload definitely my first video that I'm gonna do after Christmas is probably gonna be a fan poll suggestion video on which of those 2 games, Sunset Overdrive or Sunset Overdrive or Quantum Break, that you guys want me to play first for Xbox One. And about a week after that video's up, I'll probably play whichever one. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, getting back into it, this is History of Soul Eater Season 3, Episode 7 of my show, which is also about Episode 7. But I'm gonna get off topic here just one moment, because I want to mention to you guys this. The Vampire Knight series is basically on Netflix again, so... Oh, sorry if you heard that little beep there. That I forgot that I had my power on my chair, so if you heard that beep, I apologize. Anyway, what I might do is, I will do the Naruto stuff after Soul Eater, but you see, since the final season of Naruto is so long, I haven't made a decision about it yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to the Vampire Knight series after season 3, do the 2 seasons of that series, and then do the final season, or just do the final season straight away. I haven't made a decision about that yet, but I'll make a decision probably in my next video. I won't say in my next video, but maybe in my first video for next week. I just thought I'd get that out of the way there. Anyway, this is History of Soul Eater Season 3, Episode 7 of my show, which is also about Episode 7. And Episode 7 in the English dub is known as Resonance Link, Play the Melody of the Souls. Now, not anything really major. This is sort of another side episode, but the next 2 episodes, though, the next 3 or 4 episodes, like from episode 8 to episode 11, I believe, of season 3, there's gonna be a big battle on for possession of a magic tool known as Brew. But that's not going to be until the next video. But most of the stuff that happens in this episode is basically preparing leading into that. I just thought I'd mention that. Sorry if you heard that burp there. I had just eaten supper before I actually started recording this, so the food's taking a while to digest. So if you saw that little tiny burp there while I'm recording this, I apologize. Anyway, basically, it starts off with Dev saying that Miss Marie was telling him that she's worried about Stein, because he seems to be more restless than usual, and then Stein said that he'd still be okay to teach class and stuff. And then Death is telling him to step up the students' training. What he means by that is because of the hasteness with there's a big battle coming, which is going to happen in the next video. So that's why he wants them to step up the students' training so that they can prepare, so that they can be better prepared for what's going to happen in the next episode. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying earlier, then it goes into a scene where Black Star is, and he's in this inner realm that has the spirit of the Spirit Sword, like Nakaskasa inside it, and he has a bit of hallucinations about when he's fighting Mifune and stuff, and he's beaten. And then, after using the enchanted sword, Tsubaki tells them that they have to head over to the area, and basically what happens is after that, Stein is saying that because of the necessary about the battle between Arachnophobia and the DWMA, he has to step up the training as Death ordered. And because of them having to speed up the training for the battle, he has to make sure that every student passes the test, so he does the resonance link test, and if Marcus team failed, they would be basically not kicked out of the school like in the first episode, but like in the first season, but dropped from his class basically. And then Maka is telling Black Star that it's important, so he better stay focused. And basically what happens is after they use the resonance link the first time, Maka gets a little upset with Black Star, and then Stein basically says that the reason why they're failing is obvious. Black Star's soul wave wants to take over. It won't accept Maka's leadership, but he thinks that there's another underlying problem. And technically, in this case, there is. The reason why they're failing isn't technically because of Black Star, it's technically because of Maka, although he partly has to do with it because of his soul wavelength. That's just my opinion. So he's partly to blame, but most of the blame falls on Maka, because basically what Maka's doing is she wants her soul wavelength to take control, but Black Star's wavelength won't allow that, so he's basically asking, she's basically wanting Black Star to hold back a bit, which is stupid, because if he holds back, they fail. So in the end, I completely understand why he gets a little says that Maka is the reason why they're failing and stuff. I'm sorry, I just thought I'd get that's my opinion about it. And like I've always told you guys, YouTube is about people's opinions, and that's basically my opinion. But anyway, getting back into it. Then Stein goes off on his own, and then after he sees the hallucinations of the Kishin's madness wavelength, after a little while, Maka shows up and he's asking her to drop Black Star from the class because of the fact that she thinks that it's Black Star holding them back. But as I stated before, technically she's partly the reason why they're failing, because she's a bit stubborn, well, I wouldn't actually say stubborn, but she's a little angry because of Black Star, basically. And it's basically, how shall I put this in human technical terms? It's a bit of jealousy, because I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. Anyway, but as I stated before, the reason why they're failing is technically because of Maka, because although Black Star is partly to blame because of his soul wavelength wanting to take over and stuff, she's mostly to blame because she won't, I can't remember exactly, but I do know that it has to do with her soul wavelength. I guess it's because she's trying to force herself to understand their wavelengths, and that's why they're failing. Basically, that's my opinion. That's what I think, anyway. And then after Maka goes back to where Black Star is, and he says that she tried to. He says that she was the one that talked to the professor and tried to get him in trouble, and then well, getting back into it with Stein and Maka, I'm just backtracking here 1 second, guys. The reason why I'm backtracking is because Maka thinks that Black Star is a little bit overly cocky, which in this case I can understand because of his ego and stuff. I get that. I just thought I'd get that a little bit out of the way. And then after Maka gets a little agitated with Black Star, after he said that she tried to rat on the professor, she tried to punch him, but he blocks her punch and throws it to the ground, and then he said that's about all they have in common, because he's not some little weakling like she is. And then Maka basically runs off and says the B word. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if anyway, I'm not gonna say. Well, she basically called them a bastard. Pardon my language. I'm sorry, guys. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then she runs off, and then Tsubaki sort of slaps some sense into Black Star. And he says that he sort of deserves that. And then basically what happens is, then Tsubaki goes over to where Maka is, and then Maka basically says that doesn't Tsubaki ever get tired of it, having her soul wavelength completely dominated by Black Stars, and then she says that Maka says that basically, in a way, she's sort of jealous of Black Star because of how confident he is and stuff. Anyway, and then after that, they head back to where the testing area is, and then Maka apologizes she said that she was holding them back, and then they used the resonance link ability, and Maka said that she doesn't have to force herself to understand them, and basically, after their soul wavelengths connect, Stein said that it's basically, it's a rough attempt, but they all pass, and he says that the team's leader is Maka, basically, which kind of makes sense, because she's she's the strongest member on their team. Well, not really, but Blackstar is strong. Well, but in her case, it makes sense that she's the leader of their group. Because if Blackstar was the leader, this is my personal opinion, if Blackstar was the leader of the group, they wouldn't have lasted. I'm just gonna give you guys a little heads up here. This is sort of, the resonance link thing, what they do is sort of gonna lead into what happens in, I think it's episode 10 of season 3. So, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to check. But I'm about 50% sure it might be episode 10 of season 3. I'm not sure exactly. I think it might be 10 or 9, whichever of those ones. It might be 10 or 9. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check. And then I'll let you guys know. And then basically, after that, they're walking home from their lesson, and then afterward, Maka said that there's one other thing. She wants Blackstar to hit her, because she tried to hit him earlier. This is payback. And then Tsubaki doesn't want Blackstar to do that, but Blackstar insists on it, and then he says he isn't gonna hold back. And then Maka basically says that that's good, because it wouldn't make any sense if he did, and then he punches her, and then she just hits the ground once, and then falls into some garbage cans. And that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I'll see you guys maybe sometime later this week. So like I always tell you with this series, watch it or I'll take your soul.